Hello. Etari etatata ia sukuunta etari ishutatutursa ia nantatari anareta. I had recently posted a channeling on the evolutionary process taking place within us physically, as being witnessed through the advanced rate at which newborns are developing, even neurodivergence just being a rewiring of the brain that we have yet to understand in its full capacity. Because I have autistic children and I see that it's not a learning disability per se, they just learn differently. And a lot of those of us who have neurodivergence tend to be more sensitive, able to pick up the energies, really connect to the field, really have these profound abilities to understand the world in a new way. And it's not only just me or my children, but many, many others. And I truly, truly believe that this is one of the many forms of the evolutionary process that is taking place, because we have embodied these modern day bodies for a few thousand years now, I think it is, or so. I'll have to look it up to confirm, but so it's about time for us to start evolving in some way physically, because we're not only evolving consciously and spiritually and energetically, but also physically as well. And it is being shown in many ways. And so as I was thinking deeper on that, I realized that, so as I was further pondering this evolutionary process and just really thinking more deeply about it, I began to receive more information on it, especially as I sat within the sun and thinking about the photonic molecules and how they contain information. They hold on to information, they retain it, they store it, very much like that of a computer, which I mentioned in my previous channeling I had just posted. So I began to realize that this too, the understanding of how to access that information within the photonic molecules, is yet another form of evolution. And that those of us with forms of neurodivergence, and not only us, but others as well, but those who are just more sensitive in general, that as we understand the world from a quantum perspective and begin to really understand just how much the light has an effect on our reality, how it is formed, how it is created, how it is brought together, and that we all are essentially just condensed forms of light expressed as physical density. I started to see that this began to play into how we channel, in a sense, how we access the Akashic records, how we are able to obtain this information and connect to it and find the truth in it. Because as our vibration raises and rises and evolves, so does our ability to access the information that's all around us. And of course, we are surrounded by photonic molecules, for they come from the sun. We are surrounded by these molecules that contain and retain and store information of everything that exists around it. We are able to tap into the computer-like nature of these molecules. And as we understand that, and as we understand just how powerful it is to connect with the sun, and we are in these higher vibrations and activating and enhancing the magnetic fields of our hearts, we are literally creating a sort of vibration that is bringing this information into resonance, into our field, thus creating a channel, thus creating a funneling, in a sense, where the information is moving through us and we are seeing it, taking it in, extracting it. And of course, I know for some, these channels can appear as separate entities for some people. But for me, channeling has always been about connecting with something that's also within inside of us, something that is us, something that we were in a past life, or a multi-dimensional aspect of who we are. That essentially it is all us, because we're all connected through light. We're all connected as one. And so I guess the point I am trying to get at here is that channeling is essentially us connecting to the photonic molecules and the information contained within them, coming into this vibrational state where we can funnel that information through us, through our crown, activate it through our heart as well, power it through our heart, and that information is then unlocked and extracted, and we are able to obtain it and see it and understand it. And this makes total sense for me as well, because when in the earlier days of my channeling journey, I was shown that the Akashic Records are actually contained in the atmosphere of the earth. That is why we can so easily connect to it once we understand how to be within that vibration, to connect with that information. And so it would make sense that the Akashic Records are not only in the atmosphere, but just all around us, in the form of photonic molecules, that is storing this data of everything that has ever existed and has ever been experienced, ever been thought of, existing all around us at all times, always. It's just a matter of connecting to it and understanding how we can refine that connection. And I do that through my practice and ritual with the sun, enacting the Mobius, opening my heart to the sun, feeling its warmth, doing my sun gazing, and really merging with the energy field of the sun itself. And from doing that, I am literally bringing myself into the vibration of these photonic molecules and of the information contained within each individual one. Turning into a bigger mass of information being extracted through my very vessel, through my crown chakra, and through the engine of the magnetic field of my heart, ultimately moving through our toroidal field. So by looking at it in this perspective and understanding the vibrational nature of taking in the photonic molecules, we are literally witnessing and seeing and understanding just where it is that science and spirituality come together, how they work together, how we need to bring them together to better understand our world through the bridging of these two aspects of science and spirituality. Because the more we can bridge it, the more we can understand it, the more we can bring the scientific and the spiritual together, and a whole new understanding, the more we can understand our world and how it works and why we experience the things that we do and have access to the abilities we do and the miracles and just how everything works together. It gives us a better understanding of the quantum field in which we exist because we are the quantum field and the quantum field is us.
A little heart frequency and throat frequency activation to help refine the vibration in which we take in this information from the photonic molecules around us. Inata het ngora sashi anareatai ianata tu un a ataresi izania un